revisit and realign our ministry culture, vision, purpose, and values. Who would like to read the vision?
I can.
Thank you.
Our vision is to help every young person to identify and develop their unique talents and dedicate them to the Lord's service. We envision a world where never again must a young person live an aimless life. We see a time when all young people know their true purpose and lead meaningful lives in the Lord's service.
Mom, can you put on some headphones? Because there's a bunch of echo on your device. Yeah.
Who else down there, Enoch?
Everyone but Kathy and Sherry.
Okay.
And Kathy's talking to Diana because Diana's spaced out that we have this today.
Okay. Let me get out my headphone. Okay, who would like to read the values?
I can read them.
Thank you.
Sacrificing. We take up our cross by stepping out of our comfort zone for Christ. Faithful. We are faithful in that which is least, so we can be faithful also in much. Leadership development. We give others the opportunities we wish we had when we were in their situation. Intentional. We lead purposeful and intentional lives by having a definite aim, because an aimless life is a living death. Imparting. Communication is key and a vital part of our ministry. Improvement. Something better is our watchword. Enthusiasm. We have a passion for the work we are engaged in. 8. Finish the work we start. We develop leaders who can take up the work of spreading the gospel wherever they are. And then 9. We have a bias for action. We are geared to set and take actual steps toward our goals.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think that Diana just joined us. Is that true, Diana?
I did. I was still trying to get my computer up, but it's not wanting to do anything. So I'll listen in.
Welcome, Diana.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Can you
hear me?
She's only going to be listening.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Mom can't hear you.
Okay.
Mom probably won't be able to hear you until you get on Discord, but I know you're getting your computer set up, so... No, she's not taking over, Mom.
What if I... Oh, okay. I was going to say, what if I continue until she gets everything all together there?
Sounds great.
All right. So number 3, the mission. Who would like to share our mission? Rita.
I'll do it.
I will. Our mission is to inspire and rightly train an army of youth to dedicate their lives to Christ's service and engage in the finishing work of redemption before the soon coming of Jesus Christ. Amen. And who would like to read the step 2, reconfirm annual aims and confidence in achieving them, adjust if strategically necessary?
Mom, that's you. You're asking on a scale of 1 to 10 how much progress and confidence have we made?
All right, I'll do that. So Kamran, on a scale from 1 to 10, it says Kamran will lead the ministry to implement all 3 books in the Secret Trilogy by December 2021. On a scale from 1 to 10, how do you feel you are there?
Mom, you're asking 2 different questions. Scale of 1 to 10 on progress first, and then confidence second.
Sorry. Yeah, Kamran.
Well, progress. How would I figure out the progress?
We've never asked that question before, huh?
It's probably
Like a 6?
subjective. Yeah, I'd say like 6 or 7. We're making some steady progress. You know what that means? If it's at a 7, we're actually on the 3rd quarter. We're actually right, or even like 66. We'd be right where we need to be. Not 66, 75. Yeah. So we're moving along. That's pretty cool.
And what's your
Confidence?
what's your confidence?
Like a 7.
Great. And we're in 15 up. Enoch leads the squad leaders to rightly train an army of 1,000 gospel soldiers mobilized for service by December 2021. What is your progress?
We don't have to skip Tina. Because there's other people
Well, we
here
won't-
too. This is still our
go back
annual
to her
aim.
after everybody who's in the room says theirs, and then we could talk about Tina and Rebecca and such.
What would be the purpose of that? It would take the same amount of time to discuss it as we go.
Well, because we're all here and we get an idea what's going on. That way, if they're interrelated anyway, we'll know better how it's going for them.
They're not related in any way.
Alrighty, Nick.
So,
Tina will lead the ministry to optimize the marketing funnel of the DFG value ladder by December 2021.
optimizing our marketing funnels. We could probably just say of the AOI value ladder.
We only have one funnel.
Value ladder has multiple funnels in it.
Does each step have a funnel?
Each step of the value ladder?
Yeah.
Yeah, often they have multiple funnels.
So how do we know how many funnels there is that need to be done?
Because we have a 500 funnels database.
Do you know how many's been done?
How many has been done?
Yeah.
There's not really any measurement with this. So
How can we keep an eye on the progress if there's no measurement?
how do we keep an eye on the progress?
Without measurement. What are we doing right now? Are we trying to figure something out?
Do you have a suggestion of how to answer your question?
I don't know. I don't actually know what you guys are I don't know what you guys are measuring.
What I just said is there is no measurement.
So then how do you know the progress if there's no measurement?
That is the question that I just asked.
Are we going around in circles? What's the question you just asked?
How do we know the measurement how do we know the progress if there's no measurement?
Should we just bypass this question then, number 2, and go to number 3?
I think as far as like building out the value ladder, we have cheap, free, a core offer. We go into a high ticket. So I think we're actually doing pretty good with this. It's probably at a 4. I mean, probably like a 7.
Progress?
Yeah.
What's the confidence that it would be done by
10.
December? Okay. Good job, Tina. Enoch will lead the squad leaders to rightly train an army of 1,000 gospel
We're at
soldiers
1.
mobilized for service by December 2021.
We're at progress 1 and confidence 0.
Wow.
I'm confident we're not going to develop 1,000 gospel soldiers in the squads.
And what should we do about that?
I have some suggestions.
Initiate it or something?
Yes, we're definitely going to have to make some adjustments. And I do have some suggestions how we can do that.
Okay. So let's get through this and then we'll do that. What about Rebecca? The Leaves of Autumn lead the team to sell 100 pieces of free content a day by using Content Prize app by the end of 2021.
I think we should put Giselle's name on that now. But I think last I checked, she was at 11 out of 100. And it seems like we've been stuck at 11 threshold for quite some time. So that would still be 1 out of 10.
I thought it was 13 last month.
It could have been, I don't remember 13, but it could have been.
I don't remember when it was either. Okay. All right. So.
Confidence is definitely a 0. We're not going to reach 100 by December.
Okay. What about Diana? Optimize our onboarding volunteer system as measured by 60% of the volunteers actively serving in the ministry by December 2021. 60%. Is Diana with us?
I'm here. I think we still are able to do that because I think we've made progress this year. Matter of fact, I think the onboarding department developed a lot of new tables and a lot of new ways to monitor stuff, which was half the battle. So I think that it's still doable. I think that I'm confident that we can still achieve that goal because it has moved forward to a degree.
Where should we put it so she can hear?
We're in a situation right now. I'm in a situation right now. It's learning to. I think I'm going to see if we can have somebody else to help me with onboarding when it comes to actually finding the people and getting them hooked up so we can actually communicate with them, because that's my biggest issue right now. So it's still another process, is onboarding. So I still think it's doable. So I'm going to still give it a 10.
So are you saying that you need to know the best way to communicate with them, like if that's on Messenger or email or something?
Yeah, because I've had to send people emails, and emails for some reason they don't respond back to me. I have had people respond back a couple of different times, but the last group of people that I've been sending them out to, I haven't heard back from any of them. None of them. There's 4 of them, and that's multiple times of me reaching out to them through emails and still have not received nothing or heard anything back from them. I was able to do 1 discovery call this week, but that they were not through email. I mean, they were not through an email address. So that was the good part.
So, what would you say your progress is?
The progress, I told you we reset up the board this year. We've had the new tables being set up. The work table, the directory of workers, and the discovery calls. We have 2 different boards.
Mom, you have to be specific with your question.
To move forward.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Enoch?
You have to be specific with your question to her.
What is the number of your progress?
And what are the options? That's much better, Mom.
Okay. It's from from 1 to 10. What is your progress?
There you go.
I still feel like we're at a 10.
So it's complete and finished.
Yeah, I believe that still would be a 10.
So then we don't have any more progress to make for accomplishing this annual aim. We could mark it off.
No. I thought it asked. I thought the 10 is saying that's. You mean the progress that we made? Oh, okay, gotcha. That's not a 10.
The progress
Sorry,
is.
I can't hear all of it.
The question is, the annual aim is to optimize our onboarding volunteer system as measured by 60% of volunteers actively serving in the ministry by December. What is your progress on a scale from 1 to 10? 0 is nothing has been done. 10 is all 60% of the volunteers are actively serving in the ministry. Did you hear that, Mom?
The part that changes the word is progress. What progress have we made, right? I'm not looking at the document, so I can't really hear. So the progress you were asking me, is that what she was saying? Because it was muffled. Is that what she was asking me? Is that the question she was asking?
Did you hear my question?
And you were reading the question from the thing, right? You were reading the statement. So you were asking what progress. Is that what she was asking too?
Yes, she was trying to ask, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much progress have you made, with 10 being 60% of the volunteers?
I think we're at 60. I think we're at 6. The progress, those tables were very important. That was what was holding us back.
Okay.
So we're able to look at it and monitor it. So I think we're at 60%.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you.
What is the
60% of
confidence
60%?
level that you're gonna complete the job by December
Don't hit the door.
2021?
Mom, you gotta be specific you're asking for a number.
What is the number, your confidence level between 1 and 10 that you're gonna get 60% of volunteers actively serving in the ministry by December?
That was a great question, Mom. That's clear and specific. She's talking to Solomon. Let's put 10 and move on.
Okay. So then now we're down at step 3. Analyze and prioritize quarter in review. So what progress have you made this quarter towards the annual aims that include measurable key results for the past week? These are specific tasks you can attach a number to, like 7 podcasts scheduled, 14 photos designed, 3 microblogs written, etc. So let's look at our quarterly quest from last month.
Carmen, are these up to date? These quarterly quests? Could you check? Because this is the part that we would need your help on.
Well, it's talking about June, so probably not.
Could you update it?
Yeah.
Mom, let's skip this one. It's not ready yet.
All right. And then, so you want me to go to 3.2 or 3.1.2?
You can go to the last quarterly quest to find it. Oh yeah, you are. 3.1.2.
Yeah.
I can go over these ones, Mom.
Okay, thank you.
So in the last quarter, from when did the quarter start? Was it June?
Yes, the 1st of June.
Wow. So from June to today is September? The end of September?
Yes.
Wow. For the 3rd quarter, we got 77 subscribers on YouTube.
That's awesome.
And we don't know how many subscribers we've gained from Instagram or Facebook. And then, Kathy, you know a really fast way to find those answers? Or would you like to know a really fast way to find those answers?
I can do it. I'll look for them.
How would you do it?
Go to my paper, work for last end of May.
Oh, okay.
That's how I found my answers.
Okay.
So I'll go there and find her answers.
And then we have 92 new email subscribers in the last quarter. So
Whoa.
yeah, it looks like we have, we went from 300 to like 418, so roughly. And our goal is 500, so that's awesome. And then we had 2 new subscribers in the Direction of God program. I think those came from the Dream 100 conversation with School for Prophets. And then we don't know how many new active volunteers that we've had for this last quarter, because that's not measured. And then there is looks like we have, I think we went down in the number of squads for this quarter. We're at 12 now, so I think that would bring us down to 1, right?
Yeah, we are going to be going down, but it didn't go down yet.
So we had 12 in June.
Yes, that's exactly it. We had 12 in
Oh,
June,
okay.
12 today, but that will be going down next week.
We went from 12 to 13 to 12.
We
I don't
never
think
had
we
the.
ever had 13.
We
Oh, we
never
never
had
had
13
13
squats.
Okay,
no.
that's good to know.
So we held in for a quarter.
Awesome. It's good. Oh, Carmen, you got it. So those are the numbers that we got so far. So that's a blessing.
I do have the difference for the 49. We increased Instagram by 49 in the quarter. Does somebody want to write that in, and then I can do the math on the other one. So it was 49 with Instagram.
49 new followers.
Yes, in the quarter, 49 new ones. It
Right
went
on.
up 49. So 10, it's 2. So 23 in the Facebook. 23 in Facebook.
Interesting.
In a quarter. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think those will raise as we
They will.
do Dream 100 stuff.
Yeah.
Organically.
Yeah, Dream 100 and
Non-GMO.
Okay.
so we got 3.1.1.
Giselle said in her report that she says how many scheduled contents a day she has out. I don't know what her report is.
Yeah, she does. You're right. But I think we're at like 11ish,
Okay,
and I don't think it's really grown in the quarter.
alrighty. Thank you.
Yep.
Alright. So then go to 3.2.
No, the quarterly quest from last month.
Oh, go up. Alright. It says, Tunisia will expand the influence of the army of youth by September 22nd, as measured by having 10 interviews with our Dream 100.
How many
And there's a
interviews?
3 beside there.
How many interviews have we done since June, Shanicia?
That's a great question. I don't know why it has 3 here, but I know we did.
It's probably because we did 3 interviews. Those are old.
Well, should we count the one that we added yesterday? Well,
Did-
that's not done yet. It's
No,
just scheduled.
The one
well,
that's done.
I guess just 3 then.
Are you
3
sure
is
we've
part of
only
it?
done 3?
Interviews?
Yeah, interviews.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Like guest speaking engagements. Like book stages. You're not sure.
No.
So that would be something that you would want, you'd be responsible for measuring, and you want to, like moving into next quarter, you want to make sure that you record those and keep track of those. And that's what you want to submit every, during the weekly
Review.
report. When you give your measurable key results, you should say how many scheduled interviews they have been for the week, because what gets measured gets improved, what you focus on grows, and if you want to focus on that, that's going to help you tremendously to schedule more of them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And then when we get to this point, next quarter, we're not going to wonder how many we had or how many we didn't, because I remember last time you were saying that you didn't schedule any, and then I had to remind you of the 3 that we did schedule. So this is an area to definitely be paying attention to, which is your responsibility to do. But I know it's new skills and new things we're doing, so no harm, no foul. We're just gonna be learning from the experiences and grow and go as we go.
Sounds good.
Right on. So there's no confidence because this is the deadline is today.
No confidence.
For any other questions?
Oh.
Okay. So then, this says Diana will will fill communicator roles to support new recruits in building publishing teams by September 22nd, as measured by having 12 volunteers consistently filling out the weekly report form. How is that going, Diana?
Well, the weekly report form, it sounds like Kathy says that we're, I think, at 8. Is that correct, Kathy?
The weekly report, just a second, I'll know in a minute. Weekly report form.
We're talking about an average too. Not-
Average, I think that it's gotten, I think people have actually gotten better at filling out their reports.
I thought we
We've had
had
some where everybody does, and then we have like usually 2 or 3 missing. So I would think the percentage is about 70% of the time they're filling them out.
Kathy, didn't we lose the number of people who?
Yeah, I'm going there right now.
From
2
this
names
quarter?
again. I'll have it in just a second. I'm sorry. We were filling out the weekly report. Actually, we had 7. We dropped down to 3 and consistently 3 and 4, and now we're back up to 8. So.
We had 7 last quarter.
That's what our average was.
We had 7 last quarter, and then our average was 3 and 8. When you're saying we're back up to 8, you mean our average is 8, or you're just saying last week was 8?
The last 2 weeks have been 8. The week before that was 5. The last
Okay.
2 weeks were 8. The week
And then-
before 5. But we were down to 2 and 3. 3 and 4, excuse me. 3 and 4 a week.
So 2 weeks being at 8 out of 12 does not make our average being 8.
No, then the average would be also, you have to look back for the last 3 months. So the
Yeah.
average was most people were filling it out to, whenever we'd have a report, it seems like we were always missing 2 to 3 people only to do the report per week, the standard. I think
I
one
don't
time
see-
we hit a high where everybody turned one in.
I don't see how we would be missing 2 or 3 people. This is the people we'd be missing are the people who have signed and volunteered for signing up, like Renault. Is that how you say his name, Shanicia?
Renal, yeah.
Renell?
Renal.
Renault?
The new guy from Puerto Rico?
Yeah, are you saying his name?
Renal.
Renault? No D?
Renald.
Oh, Renault. Yeah, so it's like Renault signed up, but he's not filling out a report for him. That's someone who's missing. There's like 2 or 3 people before him who signed up, but they're not filling out report forms. That's missing.
Oh,
Altia's
so
doing
you know
stuff.
what, we are missing.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. So we're missing quite a few. Like Giselle, I haven't even looked to see if she's been filling it out.
Yeah,
I know she
Giselle
did that for a while, but I have not.
She,
So I would say we're only 50% of them.
Yeah, we're missing a lot of people from filling out. The volunteer is our measurable key result for how to measure whether people are plugged in and engaged. If they're not filling out the volunteer, it shows that they're disengaged with what they're doing, or they weren't active for that week, or they're just not they're not on the bandwagon. They're not
Yeah.
active and engaged.
Well, I'm glad we're going over this then because I've dropped the ball there, but I'm glad to see that people are. But I do need to make sure that as they're going, that they also know to fill out a weekly report because I think I have not been telling them to do that. So I need to get back to doing that. I think somewhere along the way I forgot about that. So I'm glad we're going over this. So I think we're only at a 50%.
Okay, that's good. So every time on Monday when we do the measurable key results, can you open the measurable key results on 3.1.2? When it says like number of active volunteers, those are the people and that has your name by it, Diana. Those are the people who are filling out the report form, and that's why your name is on it because you're responsible for making sure that like people who are that people who sign up are active. And 2, if they're active, they're filling out a report form. That doesn't mean you have to go through and like remind them each time, but it would be your responsibility to make sure that someone does that or it gets done.
Well, and that's probably what I was missing the key thing that we're talking about because you addressed it before with me. I didn't know what you were talking about because I was telling you that I was doing the filters on that to come up with those numbers. And you're like, how do you keep coming up with those same numbers? I'm like, because I'm doing the filters. But now I can change that in my head and not do the filters. What I can be doing is all the people that are onboarding to check and see if they're doing their reports. That's what I need to measure by is how many turning in a report.
Okay.
Is what I need to be doing.
There you go.
By how many's active, because before I was just doing it by the other. I'm like, well, and we weren't making that. I was not making that connection in my head. Okay, so I appreciate this. So this is really gives me a lot of clarity. So thank you. And I think that a long time ago, I don't think I ever did on a report like this, but back in my head, I was doing that. Having different people. I would think of different people saying, hey, did you fill out the report? And then Kathy was doing that. So I thought it was covered, but I was not making the connection for our report, how to do that. So now I do. So thank you.
That's awesome. And if you want, praise the Lord. If you want to have strengthen your communication with Kathy in regards to who are the new people and who are filling out the report forms, that might be another actual way to move towards that direction too.
Well, and two, that was one of the things I wanted to master. This that I'll do it, and then something will come in my life, and I'll stop doing it because it gets busy. And that's something that I need to be on my schedule, like my daily schedule on my thing is to go through the reports, because that's how I'm going to be able to tell. That's how I'm going to be able to manage it. It'll also help me in the ministry in general. It keeps me plugged in there.
Yeah.
So that needs to be my first thing. That needs to be my number one priority in the ministry. Is going through the reports. That needs to be my number one.
The reports help tremendously.
It does, and because it helps me stay focused, because I'm away from everybody, so I don't hear all the conversations with everybody.
Yeah.
So if I'm reading that, that's going to actually help me.
And if you join us when we do it, then we'll be able to do it together and understand what we're reading.
You mean fill out the report?
Not
Everybody just fills them out at the same time together?
No, we're not filling them out. We are
reviewing them.
Yeah, we're reviewing
them together.
Reviewing them
Yeah.
at
Well,
5 o'clock.
yeah. It just seems like it takes a lot longer than just reading through them. It seems like it kind of gets we don't get to the end of them, and that was the problem I was running into, because of my situation, I was babysitting. That was the problem I was running into. I needed to be able to go through it a little bit faster, and I could do it faster on my own. But you're right, accountability is even better, and so that one probably needs to be the number one meeting that I need to be in as well. So thank you, Enoch. I need to have. Can we know? But I don't know who our scribe is right now. But if somebody could put that underneath mine, I need those two things put there. Is to get my numbers from the report, and to number one priority, and to make sure number one meeting that I need to always be in is a report meeting. That's going to be the two main things that need to change in for me in the ministry. That needs to be my highest priorities right there.
That's interesting you say that, because on average it takes us about a half an hour to get through all the reports, and I don't remember a single time that we haven't gone through all of the reports when we sat down to do it. You might be thinking about the squads, which you haven't been a part of the squads for a very long time, but on Sunday at 6.
Maybe the first week.
It was the reports, and it was the fact that I haven't been to a report probably in 2.5 months. And I remember they were pretty long. I went to 2 of them, and I was like, okay, I had to bail at one of them, so in the middle of it, because I had to go.
Interesting.
But yeah, and then another one I tried. So yeah, but that was a while back. So maybe it has changed. Maybe there's a different progress it's moving. So yeah, maybe it's changed. So praise the Lord, 30 minutes is no big deal.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Right on.
Consistently 30 minutes. I made a mistake on the Facebook. I added hastily. It was 33 instead of 23. That's increased. 33 Facebook followers this quarter.
Okay.
Right on.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay.
And I did look back, and in the previous quarter, we had 10 people, 9 people, 11 people filling out the weekly report form. Consistently, that was the average at that time. But it has this quarter, it has dropped drastically. And the fact that the last 2 weeks we brought it up from 4 and 5 to 8 is excellent, but that's not where we used to be.
Well, and if you look at the statistics, if you're looking at the other one, which we don't have that in the ministry right now, that's not taken place yet. But when you look at the chart, because of the summer months, all businesses usually struggle, when it comes to people being committed to their responsibilities, because so many people travel and there's so much going on in the summertime that things do drop off drastically. Very, very much so. So we should be seeing the numbers come back up again, and because people are back into school and they're back at their routines that they normally, go through the year with. So those numbers should be rising. All of our numbers should be going up now.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Good.
Sister Diana, can you repeat what you wanted written down earlier?
Thank you. I need to, number one thing, I need to be at that report, at the report meeting. That's the highest priority, and also getting my my numbers for my weekly report from that report. That's what I'm going to base it on, how many people turn in their report. That's where I'm going to get my numbers from, how many is active. Thank you, Kamran.
All right. Where are we right now? What question? Number 4, Shanicia, with her email subscribers. Where are we right now? I'm lost. Where are we?
I think we're on 3.1.1, quarterly quest from last month.
Yes.
Okay. I thought that, but it seemed like we jumped from there or something.
Well,
Okay. What was you gonna say?
I was just going to say it's because Diana's measurable key thing had to do with the weekly report forms. So that's what we were focused on during that period, was Diana and the weekly report forms. So not really deviating, but
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy.
And now we're Enoch will launch a $9.97 core offer for gospel entrepreneurs by September 22nd, as measured by 15 sales.
We launched a core offer. We got 1 sale.
So, what would you call that? Progress then?
Well, first of all, I just want to praise the Lord that we got a core offer, which
Yeah.
3 months ago we didn't have that at all. What a blessing! And it looks like now that our core offer is going to be our premium offer, we're going to go through that a little bit differently. So I think this is a really great start, and I'm glad for what we got so far.
so that's progress.
I am too.
Yeah,
And it happened pretty fast.
we can say progress is
Awesome.
8 because we didn't get 15 sales, but this is really good.
Okay, well that's good. And then it says Giselle will lead the team to allocate 80% of efforts into Instagram and TikTok, and 20% on YouTube and Facebook, and podcasts by September 22nd. Does anybody know where she's at on that?
I have no clue.
Oh, it's measured by publishing 20 pieces of content daily.
Did you listen to the Clubhouse training for Myron? Oh, so we need to
Who,
do
me?
that last one.
She says she's at 14 or so.
She's at 14 daily. That's cool.
Yeah.
A lot of it's with the story, though.
So, what should we say for that?
I'm glad that Giselle is taking initiative there and moving forward to help solve this problem. She's really been going at it. That's a blessing. We should probably move on.
Okay. And then, Shanicia, it says 418 plus 92 email subscribers out of 500.
Mom, we already went through that.
Oh. Well, you said 3.1.2?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, I see what I did. Okay, so then we go to 3.2. Where do you need support to move forward? Specific. We didn't write down. What, are we keeping everything the same? Because we're past September. Well, we're not past it, but we passed up September 22nd that we thought.
Yeah, that was last week, because we had to move our quarterly meeting. That's why.
Yeah, but now we need to make new ones, right?
We're on step 3 and you're talking about step 4.
It says 3.2, it says, where do we need support to move forward?
Do you understand what I'm saying, Mom? You're reading about
We
step
don't-
3 and you're talking about step 4 is to visualize next quarter's possible quarterly quests.
Well, shouldn't that be 3 instead of 4?
No, because this is reviewing the last quarter. Step 3 is all about reviewing the last quarter.
Oh. Okay, now we need to go to step 4, I see. Okay. Okay. Visualize a sloppy list of possible quarterly quests for the next quarter that will help advance the annual aims for the current year. All right. Now I'm up there where we're supposed to be. Okay. So assign a single owner to each one of them. So, so we already have somebody? The high ticket offer. Who's doing that?
This is a time where we brainstorm what are objectives we can do for the next quarter. These are high level
Alright.
objectives. So
All right, well, did somebody put that in there?
these are things that we could probably all get. We can all just start throwing out some names, throwing out some
Alright.
things. What are objectives that we could accomplish in the next quarter?
Sister Shanicia had to step out for just a few minutes, but she said that she'd like to keep her quarterly quest the same. Is that a possibility? That she can have the same quarterly quest this next quarter?
Yeah, that's possible. She's doing the Dream 100, right?
Yes, that's what she's doing.
Didn't she keep the same quarterly quest the last time too?
I'm not positive about that. She just.
Well, she's learning. Well, last time she was doing the learning part of it, right?
Yeah, I think this. Yeah, the previous. What she got here?
Well, anyway.
I think
And
you're right,
then,
Mom.
what about Diana? She gonna work on the 60 volunteers? 60% of volunteers still?
Diana, what do you see could be objectives for the next 3 months for the ministry? Focus priority projects.
Thank you for asking that, because that's a good question to ask. So looking at that, we have to figure out where we want to move forward in the next 3 months in the ministry. You know, our objective. What is our objective? Will it be another event, or will it be making sure that we have the course up, the entrepreneur course up and running, the academy? What is it that we want accomplished by this quarter?
And this quarter ends December 22nd. That's an important thing to.
Thank you.
Yes.
And that is what we need to really be focusing on. And so, I guess we could put down, this is our sloppy list.
Yes.
Are we wanting to have another event? Are we wanting to have the course up and running? What are our highest things that we want to do? Do we want to have so many affiliates? Maybe we need to discuss how many affiliates we would like to have. training for how to do the affiliates. We need to maybe put those things on there. How many more interviews we want to have accomplished, and the results from of those that we would like.
Those are great,
Doesn't
Diana. I was writing them down.
Thank you. Does anybody else have an area that they see that needs to be addressed, that we need to accomplish, so the ministry can move forward?
Edith, did you learn anything this week that you want to work toward?
Yeah, definitely.
So what is the 3 things that you took away from the event that you feel like we can implement in this quarter to move the ministry forward? Is there 3 things that stand out? This is our sloppy list. It's not necessarily a to-do list, but a sloppy list.
I know some major things. Well, we just got gifted that system for selling high ticket items or premium offers. So that's definitely we got a 30-day challenge from that guy. That they're going to help us. That's going to require some time and attention for the next 30 days. We talked about potentially turning the challenge into a book. That's something. I think also a challenge to do a challenge once a month rather than twice a month, I think would be much better.
Once a month instead of every other month.
Yeah.
You said twice.
Okay, thank you. And then
Once a month instead of what?
instead of every other month.
Oh, okay.
And then I think that we would do well to update our target audience for the squads to be gospel entrepreneurs and solving their problems, helping them get started in God's calling for them. To start a business evangelism thing, and it's a way that we'll throw out more hooks that will attract our ideal audience, and also, which is what number 5 is.
That's good to grow the squads. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Update the target audience for the squads by using, and you can list that by using the hooks from the entrepreneur.
Yes.
Train.
Yeah, that would attract entrepreneurs, and then also 5A is to use the leadership table for creating the Bible readings. So change the title from leadership table to something else that has to do with like basically a Bible study for business owners or those who want to be business owners and spread the gospel through their business, or use business as a vehicle for service, whatever that looks like. But to do that once a week, help them understand those concepts from the scriptures, and to create a Bible reading from the leadership table, because it's a once a week Bible study, and we could create Bible readings from there and use it with the squads. So then we can have a video companion for the squad leaders. It could have more views, more engagement for the weekly lesson, and it could appeal to people better. And it would attract our Dream Who better as well.
Oh, I like that.
Is somebody writing this down? Because
I wrote it down at the beginning of our meeting. I'm just reading what was on there.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
And number 6 is hosting more virtual and live events. I think that's definitely a good place to go, good direction to go towards.
Are you interested at all in summits?
I'm interested in challenges with having multiple speakers. I'm not interested in the name summit, but challenges, yes. I think challenges are greater attracting. And every benefit that there is for a summit, I believe you can have for a challenge.
Well, the challenges we've been doing, it's just mainly been you talking.
That's not true.
Except for one person.
Yep, that's what a summit does.
Summit has multiple speakers.
Yeah,
On
just Dream 100 on the challenge.
Huh?
It's
What did you say?
said you can have multiple speakers in your challenge like what we've been doing.
Okay, wow. So are we going to work on getting more people to come talk?
That's what our objective was last month, and Shanicia was able to schedule Ezra.
Yeah, okay. All right. So then, it says Shanicia will expand influence of the Army of Youth by December 22nd as measured by having 10 interviews with our Dream 100. Is that 10 interviews from now or 10 interviews from when she started?
Well, I think we should answer that question that Diana asked. Is
Sorry.
how many interviews do we want to accomplish in the next 90 days? I think 10 is extremely low.
Would it be 10 at least a month?
I think
Or 5 a month? Maybe 5 a month?
I
Maybe
think-
like 15?
I think 10 a month is definitely a lot better.
Then what, 10 a month?
Is Shanicia is she back with us?
Yes.
Yes, I'm here. I'm
Is
saying
Shanicia is 10 a month? Do you think that you have enough contacts to do 10 a month? Do you feel like you have access to at least 10 people a month that you can reach out to?
Change last quarters.
Um,
That would be this one.
as of right
Yeah.
now, I mean, we have a lot of people on the list, but it's like people within our niche and our category. I don't know if we have like that many of them, but we have a lot of people that I can reach out to. It could,
You know
it's possible.
what happens, Shanicia? What'll happen is when we start having it and we ask them to refer people to us, we'll be able to get more people too.
That's true. I believe it's possible. We could do it.
Thank you. That's good. Okay, so we have that floppy list. Does anybody else have some other things that they can address that they feel like? What about, I haven't heard from Danzel. Danzel, do you see something that you think that would help move the ministry forward that is maybe not listed here?
I think if we put the leadership table on Clubhouse, it would be good.
What do you mean by that?
Cameron, can you write that down?
What does that mean?
It just means to create a room and an event on Clubhouse once a week when we do
Oh.
the leadership table.
Oh, what a good idea. That'll be nice. That'll really attract some people.
But we need people in here to watch the training for Myron Golden about Clubhouse.
Okay. What if we all put that down on our 3 things to do this week?
To listen to that
Whoever
training.
hasn't done that. Yeah.
That's definitely something we could have as a weekly win, or at least an objective for this week. Who would be?
Oh wait, we're on the monthly thing.
No, we're on the quarterly.
Or quarterly, yeah, that's what I mean. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, all right.
Sorry, Denzel, I didn't want to interrupt. What do you see that we could do for the next quarter? Objectives?
I really can't think of anything right now.
Can't think of anything. What about out of the things that were mentioned, which ones seem to resonate with you?
That's what I was getting
Squats.
ready to ask.
Squads.
Squats. Yeah, I think the squats. Because that's the it's kind of like the base where people are, the traffic's coming in is at the squats, right?
I think Dream 100 interviews was the number one source of traffic.
Okay. What about content? Is that part of the Dream 100?
Yeah. The reason why we produce our own content is so we have a show, which is why Dream 100 would want us to be on their show, or why they would want to be on our show. If we don't have a show, we are unable to invite them to our show. And if we invite them to be interviewed here, they're more likely to invite us to be interviewed by them. So that's why we produce content.
You know what we could do is when we're trying to interview them, if we pitch it as, hey, I know we can help each other with it by interviewing each other, that'll make it to where you get an interview and they get an interview. Instead of like just interviewing them and hoping they interview us. Does that make sense?
I was deep in thought in something else. I missed what you said. Are you saying to sell it where like you interview and then we interview, or like we do the switch interview?
Like we're helping each other out by interviewing each other. That's, hey, I got a good idea. Let's interview each other, and that'll help each other.
I think it's an interesting concept. There's not everybody who I'd be on their show would I want to interview on our show.
Oh. Okay.
But with the people that I would like to, that sounds totally fine.
So how will we know which ones you want to do?
I will say it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, sounds good. Okay. That'll help us too, Shanicia.
Yes, it will.
And that was
We'll
in
be
the
able to
script that I
get
sent
that.
you too, from Funnel Hacking Live.
As soon as I find it, I'll look at it.
All right.
Alrighty. So then, now we could go down to step 4.
What about you, Kathy? What do you see would be an objective for this quarter?
Publishing the book.
Publishing the book?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think that will get us volumes more. I just think that'll move the mission faster forward.
The fastest out of the options.
Well,
Okay.
I'm not going to say out of all the options, but I just know that publishing a book, the sooner we can get one published and out there, I think it's going to help.
I got an idea too. Is on if we what's that called? If we just said that we were going, not just that, but we actually did it on reach out to invite at least 10 people to something that we're doing in the Army of Youth, and made a report on that, maybe in our weekly report or something. I think that would get people more that would open up their radar to who to invite, and actually invite them. Doing that process would be on, like, get them in a habit of doing it, especially when we go to an event, because we could just like be hitting up on a lot of people on an event. You know what I mean? If we all committed to inviting so many people to something, you know, depending on whatever's going on in the Army of Youth at that particular time.
I think one of another idea that I got this week was well, it was a little bit before I went, but to not have the challenge be a free challenge, but have it be a paid challenge, and then give affiliates the commissions. Give affiliates commissions to the tickets that they sell. And I think one of the better things that we can do too for the challenge is not so much the summit for having a bunch of people being speakers on it, but having a lot more like Dream 100 affiliates promoting the challenge, and then those affiliates are receiving commissions.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, and Myron talks about how one way that, like, what we do is we create an offer that converts. So when we have an offer, we go to Dream 100. They have an audience. They don't have an offer. So with our offer and their audience, we're able to do together what we couldn't do by ourselves, and so we're able to support each other in that regard.
That's good. And then another thing that it does, it attracts people who want to make money, because that's what we're all about, is finding the people who want to make money. And so when people are actually putting effort into making the money, then I think that they're going to be more in tune to what we're doing, and more like, they won't only be affiliates, but they'll actually come to learn from us. You know what I mean? And they'll be like a walking witness to the people that they're talking to. You know what I mean? I think that's a great idea, Enoch.
I have a question. So, do you think that our avatar is fined? Meaning that, is our avatar, is it narrowed down? Can it be narrowed down even more, or described, or be made detailed or aware? Because I think that if everyone a part of the team had a more concrete understanding of who the avatar is, we could serve them at a more higher scale. So maybe that could be something we could do, because I think the greater we're like narrow and specific on the avatar is, like, we could focus on how can we serve this particular person.
Carmen, are you able to write that down?
No. That is really good. Denzel, that's a good idea. You know what we could do to make it easier for everybody that it does come to our meetings, and the people, matter of fact, all of our people should be coming to these meetings, or at least reviewing them. But what about if that is on posted, that we read as part of our weekly debriefing, that we actually announce what our avatar is and who our avatar is, which is kind of, in a roundabout way, it already is in our mission statement, but maybe broke down to even to a little bit, a smaller little, parentheses kind of thing.
Shanice, are you able
And
to
just
take
use the
notes?
word,
Since Carmen's out of that.
and use the word our avatar, so that would be, and then we can just kind of put, detailed things about our avatar right then and there, so that it's always in the front of our mind. I think that's good, especially when new people come on. It will help them understand what our avatar is. So yeah, I think that would be amazing.
We have a page that. Oh, did I get disconnected?
No, we can hear you fine.
No. Oh, okay. We have a page that talks about who our avatar is.
That is true, but if as new people come on and people come and go, you don't want them to have to go find it or figure it out. You want it to always be there in the front of everybody's face all the time. That would be the benefit of having it at the weekly, just a little, parenthesis kind of thing in there about our avatar. That would be the only purpose of it, is that people will all be on the same page, so that newcomers would be like, oh, I don't even know what they're talking about. Well, when you read it through that will be like, oh, okay, our avatar. It'll make things connect in their head better for the ministry in general. Good, anyway.
We would have to, put that in like one sentence or something, like a little, maybe 3 sentences at the most or something. We'd have to make that short because our meeting's long and we add a little here and a little there.
Well, I think the reason why I said that is because in all the work that we do, like when it comes to copy, Dream 100, all the components of our work, we have to get into a mindset of, I know I do when I'm copywriting, I have to get into a mindset of constantly being aware of who the avatar is, and so I could better appeal to him. even
I
in,
think
in
if we
traffic and
put that-
all that we do.
Sorry.
Shanicia,
Okay,
Diana
finish.
recommended to put the avatar statement on our like weekly debriefing. That was another suggestion that's
I
on there.
think that if people just went to that simple statement, that they wouldn't really get the gist of who our avatar is.
Who is our avatar?
We have that on is that in Drive or is that on? I think it's in Drive.
Mom, we don't really have much of anything in Drive.
Well, where is that one that explains all our avatar? It seemed like you were looking at it the other day, Denzel. Is that a picture of that guy standing there? He's just standing there. Do you know where that is, Enoch or Comron?
I don't
Either
know.
one.
I don't know what guy you're talking about, but we have an avatar database on Notion, and it has his fears, dreams, desires, goals, interests,
Yeah.
things of that nature. So maybe what you could do,
Yeah.
Denzel, is you could just be responsible for updating and keeping and refining that avatar database and making sure that we have that
What's the name
defined
of it?
avatar database.
Yeah, you might want to
Carmen
put
started
what
it.
you look for in the Notion for that, so he could find that easy. Shanicia, please. Oh, yeah, because yeah, I think that's a good
See.
idea.
That's good.
You
That's
could
probably
rely on the avatar.
that's probably not a quarterly quest, although that is a very good idea to do.
Okay, and so are we doing the 10 interviews a week, or what was that for Shanicia? Wasn't it 30 in a week or something, or a month? Something like that?
It's for the quarter.
I mean, that's what I meant, a quarter.
Yeah. Well,
That says
are we
10 on
doing it?
there.
I would like to.
I think we could do it I think we could do it. And it'll pick up momentum, Shanicia. When it picks up momentum, you'll see. It'll be a lot easier to do.
All right, Denzel, I gave you access to the admin page. You probably don't have to be added again to another page.
Where did the thing go that I was just writing? Did you move it? You think?
No, I didn't touch anything.
What just happened? Okay.
Refresh your page, or hit Control Z.
I was about to give Denzel access to the thing, but Enoch did it already, so never mind.
Oh, okay, good.
Appreciate you doing
All
that.
right, thanks, you guys.
So we got to choose 3 to 5 quarterly quests to work towards.
Yeah.
We got to see how many of these are stepping stones of the same quarterly of a bigger picture.
That's out of our list here.
Yeah, out of our Sophie list. So now we're going to step 4.2, but we're using this list to do it.
Well, I think Shanicia's Dream 100 needs to be on there for sure.
Conran, are you still able to help take notes? We could really use your help.
And hosting more virtual and live events. We should maybe say how many. And I think that putting the leadership table on Clubhouse will get done without it being in there as a
Quarterly quest.
yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Conran, are you able to help?
towards the top? The ones
Oh
on
no,
the
they go
side?
down.
Oh, they go down.
They go down to number 4.2.
I
We're
would
gonna choose.
I would leave them all together.
What do you mean?
I would keep them together so we have a visual of what we're looking at. Or at least keep them nearby.
Already all together. But we're choosing 3 to 5 of them, right? That's all we need out of it.
Yeah.
3 to 5.
We're choosing 3 to 5. Describe.
So-
We're trying to figure out 3 to 5 that we're gonna do, and we're prioritizing them right now. And you know what the format is. You know what blocks we use on Notion.
Where did I see that at?
Oh, another thing that I think would be really good for us to focus on is heavy focus on acquiring and supporting affiliates. Which isn't just
Yeah.
interviews, but it also is just affiliate programs.
Okay, let's see. I think it's good to get the volunteers active too.
I don't know about that
Why?
because it's a lot of time, energy, and effort, little return on investment.
All right. Let's see. It's always better to coach people because that's what our I like number 7 because that's what what our business is about, coaching people. And the more that we're able to help coach people, we'll get better at sales. And I think that's, I don't know how to measure it, but I think that's important. What do you guys think?
I think we should do something to do with our core offer being our premium offer.
Well, put on there I said Shanicia and what should I say? Doing hosting the virtual and live events.
Yeah, those sound good.
That takes the core offer, right? In a roundabout way.
Oh, you're saying they're connected?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
is.
can do that without the core offer.
What did you say about the?
What did you say about that, Mom?
Oh, I was saying that if we did more live and the live and virtual events, then we would have to have the core offer in order to do it.
Yeah, you're right.
Very true.
But the way and the way that Armin shared with us, he called it hyper organic. I don't remember what the third word was, but it's a hyper organic way to sell the premium offers. Easy like Facebook posts and following up, getting to like phone calls. Setters and closers. Does that make sense?
What else do you guys think that we should work on this month?
What were you saying about the squad ones? Did somebody say something about number 5? What were you doing with that?
Recent, other than what's listed?
Yeah, where it says update gospel entrepreneurs as a target audience and then all this stuff. Did somebody already mention that one?
What was mentioned about it was what was written. I don't
No,
understand
I'm
your
saying
question.
when you before when Ms. Deborah was saying which ones to put at the top, did anyone already say that one? If not, I think that's a good one.
Mom, did you hear that?
I kind of heard her, but I went in too late. I couldn't hear the beginning of what she said.
Can you speak louder?
I was saying with number 5 on the list, where it says update gospel entrepreneurs, did you already mention that one as one for the top?
Why don't you just mention it rather than trying to figure out if
Because
someone
I heard
mentioned
something about squads. I was just trying to figure out if that's what, if y'all already talking about that.
No.
Kind of zoned out for.
I didn't say that, but it's
I
not
remember
always.
anyone
It's not
saying
only
that.
up to me. We're discussing this.
Okay, well,
I think
I
another
like that
really
one.
good thing to do is the challenge that Myron Golden's given right now, to follow that.
You mean Armin? That Armin's given us?
Well, whichever one, to follow one of them, to actually implement whatever's being said in that. How long is Armin's challenge?
He has challenges for 30 days, and they're talking about onboarding right now in Messenger.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The $10,000 program that he gifted us with is they're talking about how to onboard, and I'd like us all to onboard together to go through the process for as many people as are able to understand how it works.
I think that's good too. I think we should follow that. I think that should be one of our number one goals
Well,
this quarter.
that's what is meant by the number 2, the core premium offer. Our premium offer is our core offer.
Oh, okay. All right. So we got, how many do we got? Because it doesn't look like anything's written down there. Oh, I see, it's up above. So we only got 2 things written down?
Yeah, we got 2 things.
Okay. Oh, I thought we mentioned more than that. Okay, so we've got hosting more virtual and in-person events. So we got to put that on there. Hosting virtual and live events.
Cameron, what do you need to be able to help out? Because we can't just be going in circles. We need your help. We're depending on you.
What am I doing?
You know what you're doing. What you tell me? What do you understand? Based on the understanding that you have, what do you think we need your help with? What does it look like we need your help with?
I think you should just tell them right now. Just tell them what to do for right now. We're trying to organize the top 5 things we could do. We got 3 to 5 things we got to focus on this quarter, and so we need to put those there. And we're doing a little different than we did last quarter. We're putting them up at the very top. It says annual aims, and then right underneath that it says number 1, Shanice will expand influence, and then number 2 is premium offers, and then we have to do number 3 is like do more more virtual and in-person events. So we need to do more events on number 3. And on a scale from 1 to 10, how important is the book? for what you've learned so far, Nick, going through all that you did last week.
What I've learned is that it's much better to start at the top of the value ladder and allow the top of the value ladder to financially support the things that are down below. We're not going to really financially support ourselves from publishing a book in the beginning. It's much better to start at the top, allow that to fund the work that goes to the core offer, that starts the cheap offer, that starts the book, that funds that.
Well, interesting. You know what that reminds me of? When you came over to Karen's house and you were sharing the Isogenics, how they sell things. And then I took that board and I flipped it upside down. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that room just reminded me of.
Yeah, that was one of the major takeaways that I got from
Praise the Lord.
from the event.
So not the book.
I think that's the least priority on the list.
Okay.
All right.
Just in case
So we need,
order of sequence.
Okay, so we got 1, 2. Oh, what about? Are you gonna put on for number 3 more events?
Should we do that as number 3 or for number 2?
Well, does it matter what order they are?
Well, yeah, because number 2 says premium offer as our core offer.
Don't we work on them simultaneously anyway?
I'm asking, should it be a quarterly quest or should it be one of its own?
Oh, add it into number 2?
Yes.
Is that what you mean? Oh, I see. Well, I think that if we do
I think it'd be better as its own, as I think about it. That way Diana could more visually take greater ownership of doing the events.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds good. And then, I think we should acquire and support the affiliates. But I think that's going to take a lot of effort. Maybe we should do that next quarter.
I don't think we'll be able to do what we're trying to do without that.
Okay, let's put that up there then.
But the question is, do we want to do that as part of the same quarterly quest Shanicia has, or as a second quarterly quest? What would you prefer, Shanicia?
Well, acquiring and
I think
supporting
that's
affiliates.
tell along.
We can put it as one thing, because that's a part of it. Because once we have the speaking engagements and things, then we can have them become affiliates, and that's what we've been working on anyway.
So
The
then,
affiliate funnels, and we just have to get it out to the people. So
so
once we get the schedule, we can do that. Sorry.
You might have to train the people too.
You said so then what?
So then what we basically want to do is have you acquire and support affiliates as measured by having 30 interviews with the Dream 100. Because the objective is acquiring affiliates, not really interviews. Interviews would be more along the lines of, that would be like the result of having affiliates. Did you catch what Myron Golden said this morning, where he was saying that he had he's gonna do you know where he was gonna speak on? I think it was today on Clubhouse.
You said where?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do you remember him saying that he was going to speak with someone on Clubhouse?
Yeah.
And then what was the deal that he had with her? What was he gonna offer at the end of the training, the interview?
I forget what he said, but I know he said that he was gonna invite like the inner circle people so that they can see like how all those things go.
He was inviting everyone. That was a public invitation
How it was.
to go listen to him on Clubhouse.
I forgot what he said he was going to offer.
He was
Was it the Bible Academy?
The challenge.
Oh.
He was offering the challenge, which is Make More Offers Challenge, which is what we listened to
Is that a
today.
part of the challenge? Oh,
No.
what's Clubhouse? That's something different?
Yeah, Clubhouse is like TikTok. It's like Facebook. It's like Instagram. It's like Twitter. It's a social media platform
Oh, that's the thing we looked at. Okay, I know what it is now.
that only does audio. So, and it's a place where there's a lot of organic traffic, a lot of organic attention. So, he was doing an interview on Clubhouse. Why is he doing an interview on Clubhouse?
So he can get on his Dream 100 stuff. So he can get on their platform, serve their audience, give whoever it is that he's talking to.
Yes. Why does he want on their platform to serve their audience?
Why does he want to go on their platform to serve their audience?
Yes.
Because his offers and stuff
Yeah.
can help their audience.
Yes. So what is he offering?
The challenge.
The challenge. And what does he offer at the end of the challenge?
Something bigger.
Yes, you got it. He's selling a $21,000 coaching program or a $55,000 coaching program at the end of the challenge. And we did day 3 of a 5-day challenge just this morning. So the purpose of that, hold on, talking for the sake of talking, no. They're all affiliate. Dream 100 is synonymous with affiliate. Dream 100s get paid.
So, okay, so he wouldn't like go on somebody's platform and then they become an affiliate?
Not
That's
likely.
not how that works?
No, they're an affiliate before they go on the platform. Otherwise, it's too late because then the person sends all this traffic and they don't get paid for it. That doesn't make sense to the person interviewing Myron. They're affiliates before they go, and it's because they're affiliates that's why they're interviewing the author of the book. So when he talks about the book, he says, "Go get the book." The person interviewing gets paid for everyone who gets the book. That's what Dream 100 is. That's a definition of Dream 100.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And how much does his challenge cost? And I'm asking this because this is what we're doing. This is how we're processing it. How much does his challenge cost?
Well, we should train her later after the meeting.
I'm not training her. I'm training all of us so we're all on the same page. This is a quarterly quest thing. This is a major thing that we're doing for the quarterly quest.
What if we do training afterwards then?
No. So the challenge is $97 to attend the challenge. It's a 5-day challenge, $97. The VIP upgrade is $297. If you pay $300, you get to join that challenge. So who's an affiliate who ever invites someone to the challenge will get 50% or maybe the entire amount of the ticket for $97 or $297. So the more people you invite, you get paid for that. Now they will either get 100% or high percent of the tickets and 0% of the back end offer, or or they get like 100% or high percent of the tickets and then a small percentage of the back end offer. That's what incentivizes affiliates to want to promote to promote an event. So it's a way to support yourself in ministry while you're serving people.
That's a genius construct.
Yeah, that's what colporteurs do. Colporteurs sell other people's products and they get commissions. Yeah, okay, that's it, Mom.
But at the same time that it takes to explain that, we could just go through our meeting and then explain that at the end. It takes the same amount of time.
No, we can't go through the meeting until that concept is understood, because we're trying to craft a quarterly quest, and if we don't understand the basic affiliates, how are we going to set a quarterly quest for what our objective is as an affiliate, for supporting our affiliates? That's exactly what is meant by affiliates.
All right. What do you mean by number 2? It says need help with people learning sales and persuasion so they could better coach people.
I think with the 3 that we have, these might be enough. I think these are good. We've prioritized them.
Well, what do you mean by that anyway?
I just mean I need people's. That was where do you need support to move forward. I need people's support to learn sales so that they can know how to help people, because people are just sitting idle passively while people are hurting in the house, in the ministry, and they're like, wow, someone's really struggling right now, and they don't know how to help them because their lack of understanding of sales. The more that people understand how to sell, the more they'll know how to help people who are discouraged or dark or despondent or going through a hard time. So if multiple people are having a hard time at the same time, then the more people who know how to sell and who care and love people enough to sell them on an idea of a better anything, sell them on the Bible principles or the scriptures or the frameworks and help them to see value in that, then the more people who are able to do the thing that is basically taking the most of my time. The question was, where do you need support to move forward? It's always the same thing. I need help with communication, specifically sales communication.
All right, thank you.
Which is what you're doing when you're doing the limiting beliefs, that spreadsheet. That's a part of sales. That is literally a sales process.
Okay. I'm getting better at it, Nick.
You are, I believe it. You can't just...
I think that's why Satan attacked me. I think because I'm getting better at that, and I was praying for your in your connections over there.
Praise the Lord. But Satan's a defeated foe, so we got this. We're just onward and upward to victory.
Oh. Okay, so step 4.2, prioritize 3 to 5.
So, Mama,
quarterly.
This is what we just did. We did 4.2, but what we need to do is we need to craft them in the way that's doing the who does what by when as measured by framework. So
And that's what I was going to read down there and say that.
Well, it's on the top. It's still right here. You don't have to move. So we could still...
Okay.
Kamran, are you willing to help with this? Because I've asked you multiple times and you haven't really. And I would love for you to help. You're far more experienced at this than anyone else in the room.
Then why not give someone else some experience?
Because now is not the time to throw someone in the water and expect for them to be able to know what to do. We're short on time, you know what to do, and you signed up to be the scribe. So to stop your responsibility smack dab in the middle, leaving us all hanging, is not responsible, respectful, or kind, or appreciated. That's why. But we could do it if you want to drop your responsibilities. But I know you don't want to do that, so I'm giving you opportunities to follow through with what you said you were going to do. Would you be willing to help us craft it into the who does what by when?
Yeah, we'll see how helpful I can be.
Thank you, brother. I know you can be very helpful if you choose to be. So, if we look at number 1, where Shanicia will, right now it says Shanicia will acquiring and supporting affiliates. We have to craft that in a way where what is the actual step? What is Shanicia going to do for this quarter that can help us, and how can we measure it?
We said 30 in a month, right?
30 interviews, maybe, but that's, we said, no, 30 in a quarter. We said that before we decided what the quarterly quest is going to be.
So what would have to happen is you would have to have that course for, training the team on to do the affiliates, because that's how they're going to support themselves, kind of. So you would have to, that would be one thing that would have to be part of that, is to have a course or a class or something, to deal with that.
Russell Brunson has affiliate boot camp. He teaches people how to be affiliates. It's very simple. And I don't think that I could do a better course than what he did.
Okay. So then it would be maybe Shanicia to make sure that she has a spreadsheet or on Notion or something that she sends a link to each person as they get back with her. That at the bottom of the thing it says to get back to Shanicia when completed, so that we know that everybody has completed that. It'd be nice to have a database so we can actually keep a record of who and does what and when, and it also help encourage the people because people are good with checklists. That's where people work the best at. So if she had a spreadsheet like that, so she could send that link out to people, and at the bottom of that link it says to get back with Shanicia once completed, that would really make a difference. That would page, it would move the ministry forward. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Another thing that would be good to go along with what you're saying, Diana, is that they don't get the affiliate link until they like answer some questions or something on that course.
I can see your point, but then somebody would have to design the page, and I don't know that we have people that would have the time or the energy to design the questions or to put the questions together to ask to go through that. That's the problem.
We have an affiliate funnel. We have an affiliate funnel that the team's been working on for like a month or a month and a half or so, and it's really been coming along.
Okay, well then that's perfect.
So the question
everybody needs to go through the affiliate funnel?
That's a possibility. The question is too, the question that's on the table, we're trying to craft this first quarterly quest, and who does what by when. Right. So we got Shanicia will do what? What is she going to do for this quarter? What is the objective to do? We have by when as measured by. We need to figure out what is she going to do and how are we going to measure it. We can have multiple measurements for this too.
Well, that was one measurement that we just threw out there, but that's fine if that doesn't work. If we rather them go through the funnel, then I don't know how we'd measure it.
I don't really see how. Are you basically recommending that she has like a who do you know list for people that are potential affiliates?
No, I was
you're saying
thinking
a database?
if she's going to move the ministry forward faster, it would be easier if she had people going through the program of the affiliates, so that and you said that there's a funnel for it. So if everybody that she's wanting to help reach out to, so she's not doing just the reach out by herself. In other words, I guess the measurement would be like having, 50% of the team or every person on the team at least going through the funnel and reaching out to 5 people for the affiliate, maybe so she can delegate it, delegate not just her calling other people, but the team. I don't know. That's just, I'm just throwing that out there. That's an idea.
Shanicia, what do you think about the idea?
It sounds reasonable. We can do something like that, because I was trying to look at it and try to figure out how can you measure something like that, because I thought by doing the interviews you were saying that we're like the people who are going to be doing the interviews are going to be affiliates, and so I don't see how it's like not connected. Aren't the two connected?
Karma, can we write this down? The question is how can we measure, and we're able to measure the number of interviews, we can measure the number of affiliates we have, we can measure the number of sales done by our affiliates. We could measure, just like, they call it a CRM, which is Customer Relations Management, but it's basically a database to see where people are. It sounds like that's basically what Diana was talking about, but we can measure, there are leads, there's conversations or invitations, and there's actually people who sign up, and then there's people who actually make a sale. Like there's different phases in the affiliate journey, but that is we can measure each one of those has a measurement. We're going to learn from Armin too, where he talks about the leads, conversations, and then booked calls, which are like sales calls, and then the actual conversions. Those are numbers, those are measurements that you can measure on their journey. I'm not saying you have to measure all those things, but you're wondering what to measure. And same thing with Dream 100. You could measure how many Dream 100 you collect. Carmen, are you writing this? The potential Dream 100. You can measure the list of Dream 100. You can measure the people you've reached out to, the people who've responded, and the people who you've scheduled. You can measure those, and you can have weekly measurements, and you can have daily, and you could figure out the percentages, and to know like what percentage says yes or which ones don't, and then you can know exactly how to get 10 interviews a month if that's the measurement that we wanted to do. Did that, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did that answer your question, Shanicia?
A 10, because I just wanted to know like how would you measure what she was saying.
Are you able to hear her, Mom?
Of
Yes.
course. Oh, thank you.
Okay, that's good. Well, I'm glad that answered your question. So, as far as the objective, what do you see would be a good objective for this quarter?
I mean, I like. What do you mean? Isn't this the objective?
What is this?
Like acquiring and supporting the affiliates?
Shanicia will acquiring and supporting affiliates.
Okay, acquire and support affiliates, but then you just have to work
It
it
is funny.
or lead the team to also so that we can acquire and support affiliates.
Yeah, I could. And what do you think we should measure it by?
Let's measure it by the number of affiliates that we have sign up for it.
So could we save the... I still want to have 30 interviews, so maybe we could save that down below.
That's how we're gonna get them.
And then, thank you, Kamran, you're doing really good. And then,
Lead the team to acquire and support. Or you can do that.
and then, as measured by... So you want to say the number of affiliates?
What's the word that you use? What's conversion?
Conversion just means people say yes. It's like people... It's
Well,
it's basically like purchase, they buy, they say yes, they do something. Whatever decision you want someone to take or action to make, that's conversion. It's a process of being a non-buyer to a buyer. Well, and you could say conversions of affiliates, people who go from not affiliate to affiliate. But really, it's conversions are how many people purchase. Conversions in a ministry or an opportunity, it's people who say yes to what you're offering. So that would be like the premium offer. Or you could have conversions to the event. How many people sign up to the event? How many people buy the inner circle experience? And how many people do whatever the other thing is. However many people take your back-end offer.
Okay.
Those are all different examples of conversions.
Well, let's put 20 there,
You want to have 20
That's fine.
affiliates? How many affiliates do we have right now?
including us in the house.
Yeah.
Do I count?
Do
Do we
Yes.
count?
9, I believe.
we have 9 people who signed up?
For our thing, yeah. Well,
It's like-
for the quick models.
Oh, okay. So you saw that? Alright.
I mean, like,
so
that
so-
are affiliates.
So your goal is to have really 11.
No, well, that's 20 more.
Okay, so 29 total?
I guess, yeah.
So I want to consider too, what is the purpose of the affiliates, or what is the purpose of what we're doing it? Is it just to have affiliates who are sitting there in the area, or is it to get people paid and to help them to support themselves in ministry?
It's to get people paid, but that's my thing for something else.
How is that something for someone
That's
else?
my, what is it called? Monthly mission. To get them paid.
Your monthly mission is part of the quarterly quest,
No.
so it should be a smaller. so it should be a smaller amount than, like, the more that you could harmonize your monthly mission with your quarterly quest and make your monthly mission 1/3 of accomplishing your quarterly quest, that's better that way.
Okay, so then what would you suggest then? If it's because it's 15 for the monthly mission that are to get paid.
You could have a goal of how many dollars are issued out to affiliates, because that would mean that we're supporting affiliates in the work that they're doing for the Lord. And honestly, the more money that we give to the affiliates, the more that we're literally supporting laborers who want to serve Christ and help spread the gospel.
And those are people who want jobs, who want to work for the Lord, who's good for our program. They really are.
How many dollars? Can I think about that?
Can you think about it? Sure. You want us to go back to you? Okay. I know an extra $500. Huh?
That's what I'm thinking. A lot of dollars, and then it's like I'm having a battle in my head.
That's good. These are the beliefs that we have to overcome if we're going to make an impact in people's lives.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Let's go to Diana. Diana hosts more virtual events in person and in-person events.
Awesome. Did we think we want to have one? How often do we want to have one? Just one more during this quarter, or do we have, how many are we saying? And then we want to have like a live one, or one live one and 3 challenges? What are we saying?
What do you think would be best, Diana? If, like, in this situation, what would you recommend?
Well, I didn't go to the event with you guys, so you saw things a lot. I probably should at least go to one so I can see what they're doing, you know, because that's what we're trying to model. We're trying to copycat other people's stuff.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I would think I need to go to one myself, kind of, so I can see kind of firsthand. I'm sure you probably took notes, so I guess we can go over the notes. But it is kind of visual. That's how I learned that, it's a visual. But, I would need to go to one so I see how they do their registration. I mean, I have my own idea, but you know what? There's other ways to do it. If we're wanting to do it the more modern way, which I think are pretty much the same, I think, but I don't know. There's always something to learn from somebody else, that's for sure. So I would think that we need to have one. When would you guys, do you think that's able? Are we capable of going, do we have enough literature? Do we have enough 3100 that we can go ahead and move forward and do one event before the holidays, where the holidays people might be able to do it? I'm thinking a lot of people that are traveling during the holidays because of COVID. A lot of things, I don't know how things are looking with COVID, to do a live event in the fall, because more people get sick in the fall than they do in the summer. In the summer, we had a pretty big
Turnout.
that's what we have to base it on, is what's going on with, you know, people and health and stuff, because that makes a difference if people travel or don't travel. There's some things that they're talking about making people have the shot before they can even travel now. So you know, that could change our outcome of having a virtual event. You know,
I
it's
think,
virtual, you know,
thing that
alive.
makes
What? I'm sorry?
I think another thing that makes a big difference is people want to have extra income to, you know, buy gifts and stuff like that for Christmas. And I think it would interest them to do something like this too.
Yeah. I think in the fall people are still going to be traveling, like, you know, in November, because people are not ready to be tied down again. But I believe we're going to have, by just what I'm seeing and temperature-wise, when I've been doing my homework, it looks to me like it's probably going to be a very cold winter for a lot of people. So there's people's bills are going to be a little bit higher because they're going to have a lot of electric and gas going out because winter is coming early. Fall came really early this year. Came 3 weeks in advance. Alaska, it's already started snowing last week. It's like already at 4 inches of snow in one day. So they're like a month and a half into winter already, and it's not even fall yet. So yeah, so it's probably going to be a very cold, snowy winter. We have to think about, what's going on around us. That's what it would appear to be. Even here, it's early. Fall came early this year here in our valley. So we need to be thinking about that. So I would think we'd need to do an online event. So how many do we want to do before then? Do we want to do challenges, or do we want to do an event, a summit? We need to make a decision which one we want to do and how many we can do. Anybody suggestions?
What would you recommend?
Well, depending on how much, if we have, I would say do one big event. That's what I would think, and I would do it in November. And I would think that we should do one with 2 Dream 100 people on it, or 1 Dream 100. I don't know how many of them we have already. We had Ezra, right, for the last one. Did we? It seems like we grew from that. We got a lot more of outreach people for it. But
did we grow from that?
I think it's doable.
Yes,
I believe we did. Did we not? Did we not grow from him being there, but having his people come to it?
I don't know if new people came because of Ezra. We didn't put his name on there until like the very last day or something. And
but did he reach out to his people?
To my knowledge, I'm not thinking he reached out to anyone from his audience, and I don't even know if he signed up as an affiliate.
Shanicia, is there a way we can reach out to him and ask him if he if he was able to reach out to his people during the event to see? Because that's kind of that's the whole purpose of having a Dream 100 person there, is to make sure that we have access to their people. That's the whole purpose.
I can do that.
So okay, yeah, thank you. That's what we would need to know. So Enoch, how do you feel about having 2 speakers for our next event? And should it be a challenge?
I think definitely challenges are good. I think that having speakers, I think having affiliates would be better than having speakers.
Okay.
And they could
affiliates? Okay.
Yeah, they could promote, like what I see what Myron Golden's doing is he's a speaker, but he has multiple affiliates who are promoting his challenge. Like he just got on a podcast called the podcast got like 20,000 views, and he shared his challenge, and the guy who interviewed him has an affiliate link with the challenge.
See, that's the key right there. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. Yes. So you think we should have 2 affiliates that we reach out to, or more? I mean, we should have more, but do they actually speak? Well, they will. We want them to speak, because if they do, then they're more apt to show up, and they're more apt to bring their people if they're going to speak on our platform, right?
Not necessarily. Myron doesn't have people speak on his challenge, but they still share.
Oh, he doesn't?
They're apt because they get a commission, or they get like all 100% of the ticket sales.
Okay, so our affiliates, I thought that was more of what affiliate was. Okay, but what about speakers? Do we not want to have any other speakers on ours then, or not really?
I don't know what the great value is of doing that.
Okay. Well, if other people are going to make money off of it through the affiliate program, and they're going to make money, and then of course they're going to want to bring their people.
Right.
If they are already supporters mentally of the Army of Youth, if they're familiar with it and they like what we're about, then of course that they would want to do that, because they don't want to take a chance of losing their own people if they are not comfortable with that as of yet.
Exactly, and we don't have a lot of like actual Dream 100 people with significant influence in the niche that we are working in with gospel entrepreneurs, mission driven business owners.
Okay. Oh, I would think it would be important to have speakers myself, because I believe it gives us a bigger range of people that would purchase our product, in my opinion. That's just what I think. But if you think we should do the affiliate ones, I think that we could try that, but I just want to make sure that they know us well enough that they're willing to really do that, you know what I'm talking about, because they take a risk, you know, when they do that. That's a risk for them.
Shanicia is not sure how to find the people who are actually in our niche. So to develop a relationship with those people is what we need to focus on. Otherwise, we have a cart before the horse.
Well, how we would find that is that anybody that is in ministry, like we're talking about, almost every church has people that have a desire to reach the lost, but they don't have an avenue or have the finances to do that. There's always at least 10 people per church that have that.
As long
in our
as
standard church of 100.
as long as the leaders of that church don't have issues with selling something or charging for a service that's teaching that, unless they're preaching poverty.
Are you like bent on doing Seventh-day Adventist?
I never was doing Seventh-day Adventists. Our message has never been to Adventists. It's to Christians. You ask that a lot. It's the same answer every time.
I think that we're focusing on Seventh-day Adventists, and we need to focus on more. I don't know. I found some really good people to focus on, and they're not Seventh-day Adventists.
Are you communicating with Shanicia?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Well, then those are people we have to reach out to.
Okay.
Those are people that Shanicia would be communicating with.
Because I'm sure I could find people like that. I'm sure I can.
I know you can too. I know I could too.
Yeah,
they're all over the place.
Right in where we're at. There's all kinds of people like that.
Yeah.
This is hard to cater to Seventh-day Adventists if that's who you're wanting to reach first.
We never said that we're trying to cater to Seventh-day Adventists or reach them first.
Okay. That's who's on the list.
I don't see. Oh, you're saying for the Dream 100? That list was from over a year ago.
I'm just saying. That's what's on the list.
That was without doing research. That was just kind of put it on the people who we know of.
All right.
Okay, so I think measurable would be to have another event, I guess, and then maybe 2 challenges. I think we should have a challenge this coming month, and then the next month do the event, and then the month after that we should do a challenge. Now, my question, is that doable with the literature we have and with our team of what we have? Is that doable? That's the question.
I don't know what you mean by the literature. What do you mean by literature?
What I mean by literature is something that you're going to be speaking if we have enough. If we're just going to repeat, enlarge and repeat all of our information that we already have, because that would be the best way to do it.
Oh, like curriculum and stuff? Yeah, the subjects, we're doing the same training that we gave for Mind Your Own Business Challenge. We may change the title, but yeah, it's the same training.
Okay, so we already have something to work with.
Yeah.
So we're just repeat and enlarge. We're just going to be doing that pretty much. Choosing one of those topics during that thing and to enlarge on it. That would be the best part, because we probably have 7 parts to that, or 6 parts. And so if we do that, if we just take one and break it down into big chunks, that was going to be our best bet. Okay, so let's just say 1 event and 2 challenges. And our key result would be to have our measurable key result would be to have. I think we should have 6 affiliates that are really that we're on their platform and they're on our platform. I think it makes a difference if you're on their platform, Enoch. I think that's really what needs to happen. We need to get you out there. We need to get you on other people's platforms.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think let's pick
us being on their platform is like 20, 30 times better than them being on our platform. Because them being on our platform doesn't necessarily make our platform grow. Us being on their platform makes our platform grow tremendously.
Right. So let's look at that. That's what we need to do. Matter of fact, for next month, I think that's what our goal should be. I think you should be on at least, this coming month, you need to be on at least 2 platforms this coming month.
Well, the goal is to be on 10 platforms this month.
Oh, 10 in 1 month.
Each
but you
month,
have to schedule
every
them and get
month.
on there. How can you...
10 interviews every month.
10 interviews? Okay, so where are you at on that? How many have you had?
We just set the goal.
One,
We
right?
just set the goal when we were working with Shanicia.
Okay, so
Sister Edison.
okay, so realistically speaking, yes, we want to do that, but on the same token, if you're working with other people and then them having to schedule you onto it. So if we talk to them, the soonest you could probably be on there is within 2 weeks to a month because of their schedule. Because I'm sure they put their schedule together within a 2-week period. Most people do.
I'm scheduled to be on someone's platform today and on Friday. So that's 2 out of 10 for this month.
Wow. So then it's a lot easier than regular business. You can just they call and you say, oh, okay, so I want you on there tomorrow. And they could do that?
I have no idea.
Possible. That's possible.
Oh, but yeah, stuff like that is possible, but
That's because on the internet, you don't have to go in person.
it's really just Shanicia needs to reach out to the influencers with the right script and communicate. Just follow the framework in the Dream 100 course that she has to go schedule the interviews. And it's just a matter of having a number of people that she invites or that she reaches out to.
So Tunisia, you and I should work well together on that. You and I need to really pull together. And Deborah. Okay, so let's go. My measurable key result with what that would be is
I think that, and I made a list of some videos from Funnel Hacking Live for us to watch strategically, and there's one 29-minute video that's on Dream 100.
okay, perfect. If you send me, if the links are on there, I can find them. If I have a link, I'm pretty good at doing stuff like that.
That's good.
Okay, so I don't know. Does anybody have some just suggestions for our measurement for that? How we can measure it? Maybe our event that we can say we only have how many people at this last event? We have 70 max on certain days.
We could say 3.
The register was 60.
Yeah, we can measure how many people attend. We can measure how many people buy something at the end. We can measure how many affiliates are promoting the event. We could measure.
How about if we do it by affiliates? Let's do it by affiliates. How many affiliates?
Okay. How many affiliates measure within 90 days, like total for all 3 events?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody have a suggestion?
What would you suggest, Denzel? How many affiliates do you think we should have promoting all 3? We have 3 events in 90 days. 3 events, 3 months.
3 events, 3 months. How many affiliates should we have?
Yeah, promoting the events.
How hard is it to get an affiliate?
We don't know.
I think we should.
How can we answer
We should go
that?
to.
By doing it, Mom.
I guess I would ask the question. What is stopping us from? What's stopping us from having a certain number of affiliates versus like a maximum number of affiliates or a large amount of affiliates versus a less, like, is there a limit? Why is there a limit to it?
Wait, setting a goal is not a limit. Setting a goal is a target. Fuzzy targets don't get hit. You're definitely able to exceed targets, exceed goals, and things like that. But having a goal is not limiting. It's the complete opposite. Not having a goal, fuzzy targets don't get hit.
Yeah, but I think what he's saying is when you know the obstacle, you can cut out the obstacle that's keeping you from moving forward to your target. I think is what he's trying to say. What's limiting us, so it's keeping us from getting our target.
I think I can sneak more clarity on the affiliates, or I wouldn't know the answer to that, honestly.
Well, it's a suggestion. We're not looking for the answer. We're just looking for a answer from you.
I'm not comfortable just blurting out anything without having. I don't like to do things.
What about based on the
without
information that
thinking.
you have? You do it while thinking about the information that you have, based on your current understanding. What do you think may be a good, based on your reasoning or
I
your
wouldn't answer
understanding?
that question based on what I understand.
That's the only thing. If you wait for perfect knowledge to do anything, you're going to be left in the cold, chilling darkness of unbelief.
Well, I would go to something else. Like I would ask another question first to get an answer to get an answer, so that I can effectively answer this question of what's the number of affiliates that I need.
Okay, Shanicia, you had your hand raised. What did you want to say?
I was stretching, but I was saying I said 8.
8?
Yeah.
8 in 90 days?
Oh, 90 days. No.
That sounds good.
8.
Okay, we're talking about quarterly quests here.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Quarter. Eight times 3 is 32.
oh, let's do that.
Or 24, I think.
That.
Is it 24, Cameron? Yeah, 24. So, Shanicia recommends having 24 affiliates.
Why 24?
It's just a number.
That's 8 affiliates per event that are promoting it.
Tripling it.
That's because we don't know what it takes to get affiliates, and we're just going to put an aim toward it so that we could at least get going in that direction. And if we exceed it, then we'll adjust to it. And if it's far beyond what we could do, we'll adjust for that too. It's just a number to aim for.
Yep, no such thing as
It's
failure.
good to set high goals. Yeah, I agree. It's good to set high goals because then you reach higher than you normally would if you keep them low.
Yeah, I call them stretch goals. Those are really, really helpful. Absolutely. So, Diana, do you think that 24 affiliates is a...
I think that sounds good. I think that's good. I think it's a good thing to shoot for. Yes, a reachable. I agree.
Is that excluding people that are in Lewiston?
No, we should incorporate all because we want everybody to work at it.
So then
No
we
matter
are-
who it is, let's just go for it.
Then we already reach it. We've got at least nine affiliates that would be promoting each event. If everyone
Oh,
in
see how
Lewiston
fast
did
we
it.
move forward? Okay, we can do it. We can do the other then, not including what's in-house.
Everyone in the state of Lewiston.
I don't know what you just
Okay.
I said everyone in the state of Lewiston. Not state.
said. Okay, so you're saying 8 outside of Lewiston.
Well, I think it should be 10, at least 10 outside of Lewiston.
So then a
Or
total
out
of 30.
Our in-house.
So a total of 30 affiliates for the quarter instead of 24.
Phoenicia,
Yes?
what do you think?
You said 30 instead of 24?
That are outside
Well,
of.
if we don't include in-house, if we don't include the in-house, that means outside of it.
Okay, yeah. I think
32.
that's good.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
It was 30, not 32.
32.
No, it was 30. Why do you keep saying 32?
I didn't say 32.
No, Cameron said it 3 times.
Oh, because that's
I
8
didn't
times
say
4.
32.
Yeah, she was just saying
Well,
10.
this is not.
10 a month. 10 per event.
What? Did that come out of my mouth?
I know it didn't come out of your Shanicia.
Affiliates.
Okay, so we got that. So then Dinah will host 3 virtual So are you saying that we're not going to do any in-person events this quarter? We can save it for.
I'm afraid I'm saying because it's winter time, I really don't know how we are going to be able to do it.
Let's just call it
Because
3 challenges.
We're going to have an earlier winter.
Okay.
Okay, 3 challenges. Let's do that.
Yeah, and then we could do a in-person event in the spring or summer, whenever you think would be good. We can start doing that.
Perfect.
So you could be
Yeah.
thinking about when would be a
Yeah.
good month to do that.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome.
And I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go.
Okay.
So you guys are going to have to brainstorm. I'm sorry, but I have to go. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for allowing me to come and participate and to share.
Love you
Thank you,
too.
Diana.
God bless.
Thanks, Diana.
Okay, love you guys. God bless.
Namaste.
Bye.
Love you too.
So Diana will host 3 virtual challenges by December 22nd, as measured by having 30 affiliates promoting the events, not including local affiliates. Okay. So the premium offer, what do we see that we could do for the premium offer? And Shanicia, did you find a measurable, before we do the premium offer, did you find a measurable key result for yours?
Yeah, put it on there.
Oh, you put it on there? So
So
Shanicia,
I have a question about it first.
okay,
So is this all together, or this is for each person?
you decide.
Phoenix, I need to take a break.
Okay, stand up. I'm taking a break too.
If it's all together.
Do you realize 500 is one affiliate commission to the $1,000 course?
I changed it.
Okay, so to sell $2,000 courses through affiliates? No? What do you
Like
mean, no?
each person.
Oh, each person?
Yeah.
So you want to have. Well, we can't have it to each affiliate. How many affiliates do you want to issue $1,000 to?
As many as possible.
No.
No.
No, fuzzy targets don't get hit. You can't just say it. It's like saying as many as possible is saying no one.
Okay, well, 10.
Okay, so we want to have 10 affiliates receive $1,000 commissions. That's pretty sweet.
That would be great.
Yeah, we can give $10,000 away to gospel workers who want to labor for the Lord. That would be good, because a lot of meat ministries, they give like a $1,200 a month or $1,000 a month stipend to people who have families, have children and stuff. So that would be 1 month they would issue out $10,000 in stipends.
Who does that?
Meat ministry, Thomas Jackson.
$10,000
Yes, for 10 workers. They got like 30 some odd workers.
for you? I thought it was like less than that. Oh, for people who have families and stuff.
Yeah, people have families. It was like 500 for single people.
Single people, that's good.
And what's his name? Dude you work with?
Yeah.
David Cook. He does $1,000 per person.
Yeah. For 3 weeks, and you get a week off.
David Cooks.
For
Oh, the
Saving Health
missionary?
Ministries.
Yeah.
For 3 weeks you do what?
You do 3 weeks of work and get a week off, and $1,000 stipend.
Okay, 3 weeks of work, get a week off, $1,000 stipend. Yeah. So 1,000. Yeah, it's a good start, and hopefully we'll be able to issue thousands of dollars to supporting gospel workers. Because if we think about this number right here, is probably one that matters the most. By how much can we pay others? Like the more that we can pay others, the more like the vision, the dream of seeing people financially supporting the Lord's service. Like, think about like a mother of 3 children. How much dollars would she need of affiliate commissions to be able to financially support her family? How much is her rent? How much is her food? How much is her gas, her car, or if her car breaks down to fix her car? How much commissions, affiliate commissions, would we have to give her to be able to support herself?
4, 5.
Probably about 4,000 or 5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably somewhere around there. So that's about what we're paying. I think 5,000 is about our monthly budget, with just kind of a blind guess. That we spend with probably more, but yeah. So this is, I think, an important number to consider. How much are we paying our affiliates?
Yeah.
Okay, so So we want to issue at least $1,000 per 2 10 affiliates. Good job, Shanicia. You set a goal. What?
You made it sound like for the first time I set a goal. Good
Well-
job, you set a goal.
Well, it was very difficult for you. It was challenging for you to set this goal. So
Yeah.
it's good
I
that.
prayed about it, that's why. I was praying over
Okay, so praying made it difficult.
it. No, it made
Oh.
it better.
Oh, that's why you were able to do it. That's how you overcame. Oh, praise the Lord. That's what I'm saying.
It's like I was over here.
That's good because you overcame an obstacle and a challenge. So that's very helpful. What do we have for? All right, for the premium offer, for our core offer. So we have a challenge right now for the next 30 days to sell $100,000 of $5,000 offer, and that's why they're giving us a $10,000 offer so we can reach that challenge. So how many would we have to sell of a $5,000 core premium offer would we have to sell in order to reach 100K? 20. So if we can help 20 people turn their calling into a career by the next 30 days, we'll reach it.
So there's your measurable.
But that's 30 days. We're talking about a quarter here. How many do we want to share for a
We
quarter?
exceeded, remember?
We can exceed it, but 30 and a quarter is not going to make us reach a quarter.
I'm saying, well, just triple it. But
Let's double it.
Double it. If we make $100,000 a month, that is $1 million, $1.2 million a year framework. And that would be a 2 comma club.
Wow.
that's what
So 20, if we sold 20 of those a month, or we can sell 40 in a month, and that would be 200,000. I don't know if you heard his story, but Armin, he had the worst month he's had for a long time. It was 0, and then he was depressed for like 3 months or whatever, and then he just like got inspired. Enough was enough, and he's like, all right, we're gonna do the best that we've done. And I think he sold like $56,000 that month, and he was like, whoa. And then the next month he's like, let's double it. And he's just like, we've never done 100,000 in a month. Let's double it. And then he's like, we can achieve it. We can do it. And then they sold 100,000, and it was mind blowing. They had a plan, but God showed them a different plan. It was a little more unexpected, but exceeded their expectations. So they reached their goal last minute. And then they're like, okay, what do we do? If we just doubled before, went from our worst to our best to 100, let's double it. And then they're like 200,000 in a month. They did it, and they're like, all right, let's double this. And they sold 500,000 in the next month. And then that's what reached their 2 comma club. They're like, in order for us to reach 2 comma club by the deadline, we have to sell $500,000. What are we going to do, team, to try to make this happen? And so they started to sell, and then that's how they reached the 2 comma club.
What's the next deadline?
Huh?
When is the next deadline?
When's the next deadline for what?
2 comma club.
Oh, I don't know. Can you find out? Or maybe Mom could. Mom, you there?
That's a good idea. Get research and stuff.
I'm here.
You want to? Would you be able to find out when the next deadline is for the 2 comma club? I think it's in August or something. But
Well, I'm not sure what that means. Definitely to join?
yeah, there's a deadline that you have to qualify by this date in order to be recognized for the 2 comma club at Funnel Hacking Live for next month. It's less than a year.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
Do you guys want to set a goal for reaching the 2 comma club by the deadline?
Yeah.
All right, we could do that. That's gonna be fun, interesting. Alrighty then. Well, we got a first marker. I want to reach the 2 comma club X because that would mean we've helped a lot of people.
Oh, so like, when is this?
Yeah, that's 10. That's 10 million by one funnel. And this is revenue. It doesn't have to be in a time frame, but it's however you want. But I think that's stretch goal. If we imagine the 2 comma club X, we'll reach the 1 comma club faster. Because Myron Golden says you'll never make more than whatever you think is a lot of money. And if we think 2 comma club is so big, so large, and a lot, then it's going to take us a lot longer to reach it. But if we think it's like, hey, that's easy, then it starts to come a lot easier. Because then we take action based on, those beliefs. It's a lot of faith. Your bank account's a reflection of your beliefs about finances. value that we contribute to the marketplace. So premium offer. So our core offer. So you're recommending. Denzel says to double 20, so it would be 40 in 90 days. And Shanicia is saying triple, so it would be 60 in 90 days. And if we tripled it, we'd make 300,000. We're 1/3 of the way to the 2 Comma Club. And we have less than a year to reach a 2 Comma Club.
Triple it then.
Okay.
Let's quadruple it.
Common says quadruple it.
Let's go for the pot.
I think it's possible.
No, I think it's possible.
You know, I'm
For
wondering if
100
I
in
think
the-
do it
I
because
think so too.
because Enoch, when you look at the people out there sharing the information that they have, some of them are really really good, and then some of them are like par, you know, like not so up to
Subpar?
par. And you have a really good way. You have a high conversion for when you speak. You know, there's people listen to you, they want more. I just think that we've been doing it wrong. Our setup's been wrong, but now we got clarity how to do it. And I really believe you could probably get whatever you ask. You could be way up there if you believe you can. And I believe that you can because of how you're able to talk to the people. And the love that we have to share with the people. This is what people need. You know, they really need it, and they want it. So there's like 2 birds killed with 1 stone there, because they need it and want it. All we need to do is figure out how to get the information out there and have our offers rightly, you know, asking for the right numbers, saying the right things and stuff like that. I think the system's good. I mean, the content's good.
We don't even have a framework fully mapped out yet.
That's okay. I think we could do it.
So
Think high.
So we're going to. So Enoch will lead the team to share our. Oh, did you delete the core offer as our premium?
No, that's right there.
Oh, to share the premium offer as our core offer. By December 22nd, 2021, as measured by helping 100 people turn their calling into a career. 100 people.
100 people.
What would 100 people? How many people do you have to sell in order to reach a 2 Comma Club of just that?
5,000?
Yeah, $5,000 offer.
Oh, a million divided by 5,000. Let's pull out the old calculator.
Pulling out the old calculator.
Divided by 5,000. 200 people.
200 people. So 100 would get us
Halfway there.
halfway there. Okay. Let's do it. Let's sell 100 of them. So we got to figure out what it's going to take to sell 100. And what I realize is that our core offer, like literally, like all roads lead to your core offer. Like every podcast, every course, every webinar, every challenge, everything leads to the core offer is what's going on. So our core offer is going to be this 5K group coaching core offer thing. That's what's going to be the core offer. And based on this core offer, it's what Jesus said is reach the higher classes first. And by reaching those who can afford, they are going to support the support of the people here and the upgrading of equipment and while we could us doing a book right now would take way more time to complete a book, but if we had more finances from a core offer, we can throw money at the book and we can outsource it and they can just put it together super fast. Yeah, that's how rich people solve problems, is they throw money at it. And Solomon, the wisest and wealthiest man that ever lived, said, money answereth all things. We need a book, but we don't have time. Money answereth all things.
It's just the wording is funny.
Yeah, it is funny. So I realized there's a training I want you guys to see from Funnel Hacking Live by Eileen. Eileen was she was sharing different Bible verses, and she used to be a pastor. She was one of Myron Golden's students. She helps people have 6-figure, 7-figure days, similar to Myron Golden. But she she talked about how Elon Musk started his thing. He started with a really premium car, sold it to the wealthy, and then from the funds from buying, like selling a few to those who could afford it, that paid for the next tier, which was a little cheaper and a little bit more, and by selling that, sold for the cheaper, and his business model started from the top, and then now he's starting to get to more and more affordable cars.
He went from the top to the bottom.
He went from the top of the value ladder to the bottom, and that's what I realized. That's what we got to do. And Jesus said, reach the higher classes first. But by starting in free or cheap land, it's going to be really hard to reach a 2 Comma Club selling $13 t-shirts or $49 a month subscriptions. That is not what's going to get us there.
It's June 16th.
June 16th. Okay, thank you.
June, wow.
That's like my birthday. Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
So can you put on there 2 Comma Club by June 16th? So we're gonna have to reverse engineer to see what that's gonna require. And Armin's willing to work with us. He's willing to like link arms and work with us. All right, then what we got here, Enoch will lead the team to share the premium offer as a sour core offer. That sounds very sour. Hopefully there's a little sweet and sour in there. By December 22nd, as measured by helping 100 people turn their calling into a career. How about we say as measured by, yeah, well, we can do that. We can do that. That's good. Okay, cool. So we got our three agendas for our 3 quarterly quests. Our quest for this quarter. We all good with this?
Yep.
All right.
I am.
Awesome.
I think it's doable. We should pray over it.
Yes. Let's pray over it. And what's the day of the month? Wednesday?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, let's pray. And then we could take a break. And I'd like to call us all together so we can discuss some things. Some major things of how this is going to go down.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Who wants to pray for it? I will.
Okay.
Okay. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing us to come together, to be together, especially that it happened today when Enoch got back from the funnel hacking live. Thank you for the clarity. Please, Lord, help us to get more clarity so we know who to involve and how to do it. And when we're studying the training and everything, please help us to understand it clearly and to be able to implement it. And we don't want to go faster than you want us to go. And I pray that you give us clarity on that too. And help us to help each other. And I just thank you for our beautiful team that you put together. And I'm glad to be a part of it. And I'm sure we all are. And please give us the strength and the energy that it takes to do this. And I just thank you for everything, Lord. Please send an angel before us to make the way and to impress upon the people the things that we're trying to get done. And I pray that we reach our goals. Please, Lord, help us reach our goals. Help us to see how we could do it and be willing to do that. And bring more workers, Lord. We always need more workers. Bring those that can help us go forward. And thank you for the challenges that we have been able to participate in, and that we have the funds to do Funnel Hacking Live and do everything that we have set out to do. Thank you so much for all that you do. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you.
So we're going to have a break for, what, 15 minutes or something?
Yeah, you guys want to break for 15 minutes? We can get back at like 1:05 or so. Alright, sounds like a plan. Cool, right on.